This song is for you. It's called Die for the Government. At the top of your lungs, please help us sing.
If you're only armed with a guitar, you know, a guitar is what you fight with.
They're musicians. What do they know? Are they saying that they're better than the average guy because they play an instrument?
The weight is on each and every one of your shoulders.
This Bush administration is the worst in memory and maybe one of the worst ever in the history of our country, and people are pissed off. The growing gulf between rich and poor, the lack of health care, the degradation of the environment, and this horrible, illicit, immoral war that's going on has really activated a lot of people. Musicians are not immune from that.
We have the power to send George Bush walking on November 2nd.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the President of the United States.
People died for the right to vote, but people died so we could have freedom, and they thought that voting was one tactic to get freedom. That fighting for that, and they were right. It's one tactic, but if it is the only tactic that's shown, it can be a very disempowering tactic.
My band did a lot of shows in Florida in 2000 before the election, and we just did the normal NoFX show, drunk, having a good time. Had I said something like, you kids have to vote, this is an important election, and make sure you do, make sure you register and make sure your vote counts. If I would have said that, it could have made the big difference.
I never thought about the universe, it made me feel small. Never thought about the problems of this planet at all. Global warming, radioactive sites, imperialistic wrongs, and animal rights. No!
I wasn't happy with going to my voting station and filling out my card.
This is a political action committee. This is real.
Some people call us traitors or not being patriotic, and we are patriotic. This is patriotism.
A lot of my political and social awareness was raised by music. So there was a definite cause and effect relationship between what I was exposed to and how I ended up. Well, that's a scary thought when I think of what people today are being provided and what they're exposed to. How are they going to end up?
With a raised fist, I resist. I don't burn, so don't you dare riff. A step to me, I'm strong and black and proud. I fought up this hoop, I ain't down.
And when you see somebody like Paris, who understands the game, you can see point blank, very clear as day, they will close that door.
Well, there was a Secret Service visit with Sleeping with the Enemy. So, I know I'm on somebody's list, but I mean, fuck it, you fear no evil.
1, 2, 3, 4. Psycho, killer, liar.
Anti-Flag has been politicizing punk rock music for some time now.
Young and pissed off, and I love them.
Go!
We are talking about the fact that the draft will come back. We are talking about, the idea that a woman's right to choose will be taken away. We're talking about the idea that George Bush is a separator. He hates homosexuals.
This is not party music. This is what people are thinking, and they're writing it out and yelling into a microphone.
Say your prayers with the death of a nation. Say your prayers for the 10th generation.
make people feel good about getting involved in politics, and it's not a drag at all. And going to things like protests are not bum events, you know, they're exciting and they're fun.
We'll find them on their knees.
Bomb the world to pieces, but we can't bomb it into peace. Oh, we may even find a solution to hunger and disease. We can bomb the world to pieces, but we can't bomb it into peace. Put your peace signs on.
Michael's been around the world, and Michael is an expert in political activism.
Throughout the world, there's a movement that's taking place where people are saying that we feel that the human interests and the natural interests and the spiritual interests of the planet need to begin to take a priority over the corporate interests, the military interest, and the materialistic interests of the planet.
What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you
Music is the battle cry. Music is the warning, the collective warning that we're coming. Look out, look out, look out, look out.
Or would you turn it off? What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away too? And then what if you saw all of the things that's wrong? Would you stand tall and strong? Or would you turn and walk away?
I feel so mad, I wanna start a revolution.